All right, welcome into another episode of News4JAGs podcast. Jamal Saints here, alongside Justin Barney. Justin, last practice before the Saints preseason game in the books, midday practice walkthrough. So this is going to be more similar to a regular season Friday kind of practice, very light. So rather than harping on what we saw out here, which was a whole lot of not much to write home about, let's go through some of the things that you kind of need to know before the game coming up on Sunday, right? One of the big notes, Travis Hunter is dealing with a light upper body injury. They did say it was precautionary, but he didn't participate in most of the walkthrough.
Yeah, I saw that play earlier yesterday. He made a diving attempt at a pass and was very, very gingerly to get up. You know, usually Travis pops up or he flips off his back, but it took him probably a good 15 seconds to get back to his feet. So I'm sure that laying out for that ball in Thursday's practice is where that happened. But hey, that's fine. Like I said, time and again, I don't mind at all seeing starters not even put on a jersey for preseason.
Well, Coach Coen said that he's not. There's a world that we live in where the starters may not play. He just needs to check the injury report here soon. I talked to Mason Smith after practice. Mason said that he highly doubts he's going to play, but he feels better. He's ready to get out on the practice field. Says he feels like he's in better shape now than he was going into camp. So he seems like he's feeling pretty good. But another one, Anton Harrison and Chuma Adoga were both sidelined during this practice dealing with lower body injuries. Coach Coen said precautionary, but that'll go into the context as they decide whether or not the starters play this week against the Saints.
There have been a lot of injuries, Well, you know, in the first few days of camp, we didn't see any, and they've just gradually gotten more and more, and hopefully not anything that's going to be lasting. Buster Brown, Zach McPherson were guys that Zach went on the PUP list this week, the reserve injured list this week, and of course Buster Brown has been ruled out for all of training camp. So those are the only two ones that have really kind of
Buster, McLeod,
that's
Caleb
right.
Ransaw, Cole Van Lanen. Those are the monumental injuries at this point that are extended for that are going to have them sidelined for a while. Some question marks about how they'll start the season, whether or not it's starting on injury reserve type things. We'll see for some of them, but not all of them I don't think will be ready for week one. Okay, so going into preseason game number 2, we saw number 1. What do you need to see in number 2?
I just want to see some consistency. I want to see the snap counts. I don't want to see the jumping off sides, false starts. I want to see that cleaned up, and I want to see some depth pieces kind of show. I want to see Trenton Irwin, I want to see Austin Trammell, those guys towards the end of that roster that are battling to make that team. I want to see them have a build off of the performances from week 1, and I really would just want to see some consistency, things cleaned up in week 2 that should not be happening. We saw in week 1 all the mistakes. I want to see that cleaned up.
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's probably the big thing. It's tougher once you get past the starters. You start mixing and matching some of those other guys, so that stuff's going to continue to pop up. But it'd be nice to see some big plays from a guy like Joshua Sekas, Parks for Washington, Bashal Tootin, who we've all seen flash out here, but you got to see him do it in the game. All right, give me, we're Channel 4, give me 4 players that you want to see out on the field on Sunday, or on Sunday, do something. 4 players you're watching for.
I'm going to keep going back to Jack Kaiser because I see him being a guy that is going to be impactful beyond this season, even if he doesn't play a ton this season. Jack Kaiser to me, I mentioned Trenton Irwin and Austin Trammell, those guys as well. And give me a Christian Braswell too, because you mentioned him the other day and he's looked good. He looked good in practice yesterday, broke up a pass to Joshua Sekas. So I want to see those guys that could potentially play bigger roles than they're expected to. I want to see those 4 guys perform.
Give me Wyatt Milam. He has been getting a whole lot more reps at right tackle. He moves really well, I'll tell you that. Maybe that right tackle job's open.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that right tackle's job's a little bit more open than we thought. I know Anton's sidelined right now, but this gives him a chance to get a long look at Milam there. So give me Wyatt Milam. Going to keep a close eye on him. Parker Washington, we've talked about him a lot after training camp practices. He goes in the preseason game the other day, drops a pass. Not great. So we'll be keeping an eye on Parker. He's a guy who's got it. You need him to do something. Let's go Tank Bigsby. There's been a lot of talk about the starting running back situation, and Tank's a guy that, I mean, his running style is more to the direction where he should flash in games rather than on the practice field. So he's a guy that if he is going to try and unseat Etienne and be the guy,
got to see it.
You got to do it during these tackling periods, which is during games. So give me that. I mean, I guess I've gone offense the entire way. So on the defensive side, you already took Christian Braswell from me. So give me Danny Strigau. I think I said Danny last week when we did this. Danny came up with a sack and forced the fumble. During team I mean, Danny keeps slashing, man. He might be the guy, an undrafted free agent that makes it in that D-line room.
And Mason having been limited, I mean, Danny Strigao.
Well, hey, look, he's a defensive end, but we'll see how all of it like adds up. I mean, like I think in our first 53, or way before they got on the field, I think I had BJ Green making it. I think, if I remember correctly, but I think Danny Strigao's a guy that when we redo it, we're going to redo it next week, right?
Yep.
Next week at some point, we're going to do our final 53s. I think Strigao might be on mine. I think he might be on mine. All right, you want more Jaguars training camp coverage, just head over to News4JAGs.com, click on the Handy Dandy Sports page. Make sure you tune in to Teal the Show. That's every Monday and Friday night over on Channel 4 at 11:20, and we will have you covered. And we'll see you guys next time.